Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to start my talk with a quote from beloved Hazur Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Nasr Aziz, who in a recent IAAA conference gave the following advice. Our MD architect should develop plans for low-cost housing with good amenities, as this will be of benefit to the Jamaat moving forward. Similarly, you should prepare plans ensuring that our mosques, mission houses, and other properties are all built to a high standard at the lowest possible cost and keeping sustainability in mind. Hazur's words always come at the perfect timing. In a world that is increasingly feeling the effects of man-made and natural disasters, it is no surprise that Hazur Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Nasr Aziz is encouraging us as professionals to think more deeply about this. Sustainability at its core is the practice of meeting our current needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It involves balancing economic, social, and environmental considerations to ensure long-term health and well-being for both people and the planet. Islam, at its core, advocates for environmental conservation and responsible stewardship of the earth. Quranic verses and hadiths emphasize the concept of stewardship entrusted upon us, urging us to be caretakers of the environment, preserving its resources, and ensuring a life for future generations. I have a few verses on the screen, but I'll share one. And there is not a thing but with us are the treasures thereof, and we send it not down except in a known measure. Everything on earth has a purpose according to Allah, and it is here in a very specific measurement. There is divine balance in Allah's creation, including the resources we use. The Holy Quran and the teachings of the Holy Prophet contain important principles for environmental conservation, as we learned yesterday, including water conservation, moderation in consumption, and the prohibition of wastefulness. These ideas perfectly align with the principles of sustainability. Sustainable architecture, also known as green or eco-friendly architecture, focuses on minimizing the environmental impact of buildings through energy efficiency, the use of sustainable materials, and innovative designs. It offers a holistic approach, much like the teachings of Islam. How does this concept relate to the built environment? Energy efficiency can be reached by the use of locally sourced materials, again, water conservation through efficient fixtures and systems, and minimizing environmental impact by optimizing site location and preserving natural features. Integrating green spaces, supporting biodiversity, and ensuring social and economic sustainability by making buildings affordable and community-oriented. You can think of these as a long list of possible study areas. In all, sustainable architecture is for the betterment of the community and not an individual. At the building scale, there are different ways to tackle sustainability. To name a few, the idea of bioclimatic design tailors buildings to the local climate by utilizing natural light, natural ventilation systems, which significantly reduce reliance on artificial heating, cooling, and lighting, and again, enhancing energy efficiency. There is a concept of daylighting, which maximizes natural light to reduce the need for artificial lighting during the day, cutting energy use and creating healthier indoor environments. Design elements like green roofs and walls provide insulation, reducing the energy needed for heating and cooling, helping to lower the urban heat island effect, further decreasing the demand for air conditioning in surrounding areas. It is important to note that sustainable architecture is not solely high-tech. For example, the use of local materials such as mud brick or super adobe in hot and dry climates could be considered more sustainable because of their efficient material properties than a building that is using a high-tech system to monitor every aspect of its energy usage. So I'm sorry to say this in a room full of scientists and engineers, but sometimes technology is not the answer. How is this relevant to disaster relief? Disasters disrupt lives and communities, leaving destruction in their wake. In these times of crisis, it becomes essential to restore basic services, such as power and water, as quickly as possible. Sustainability in the disaster relief cycle is essential because it supports long-term recovery and helps communities become more resilient. By using resources efficiently, minimizing environmental impact, and involving the local populations in rebuilding efforts, sustainable practices not only address the immediate needs, but also strengthen the ability of communities to withstand future challenges. This approach promotes environmental protection and economic benefits, leading to a more balanced recovery. By integrating local resources, renewable energy, and resilient design principles, sustainable architecture in disaster relief can be vital in creating adaptable structures that can withstand extreme conditions in the future. It ensures the efficient use of resources like energy and water, which is crucial in crisis situations, and improves living conditions through better air quality and natural lighting. Additionally, sustainable designs contribute to long-term recovery by providing durable infrastructure that can evolve into permanent solutions, supporting both the immediate needs and the future community resilience. One example of this is an adaptable system made by an organization called Better Shelter, which provides adaptable shelter solutions which start out as temporary and can be built into more permanent homes based on the prominent use local materials. This is a very, very short introduction to this idea of sustainability in the realm of architecture and disaster relief, but I want to leave with a quote from the Quran. And the end of it essentially says that there shall be for you on earth a habitation and provision for a time. So this is not permanent. This is a reminder that human beings must act and live responsibly on this planet. Our time on earth is limited, and all the resources we need for survival are already here. In Islam, each person is considered a steward of nature, tasked with living in harmony with other creatures. And I hope at the end that this presentation we're able to reflect on how we can implement these ideas in our own lives and professions. Jazakallah.